Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators Outlook. I'm your host, Jack. This is my reaction to pretty much the only free agent signing we had today. I mean, yes, we had a couple of our own players that got re-signed, and I'll have that more in a Taking Notes episode tomorrow. We had a few prospects that we signed, and I'm a big fan of those. But there's one big fish on the market that the Ottawa Senators brought in, and we were in need of a starting goaltender, and we got it. The Ottawa Senators earlier today signed Joonas Korpisalo to a 5-year contract at $4 million per. He also has a modified no trade clause with a 10-team no trade list. So I will say this: I do like this contract for the Ottawa Senators. There's a lot of risk to it, especially with the term. It's more of a longer-term contract, but if you're giving a modified no trade clause, especially because most of the core only has a 10-team no-trade list for half of their long-term contracts, I think Dorian is putting a lot of trust into Joonas Korpisalo as the starting goaltender. And honestly, he looked pretty good. He had a really good year with the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Los Angeles Kings. He was actually healthy for the most part this year and had a really good year in front of a really garbage Columbus team. He gets traded to the Kings. He is the starter. Phoenix Copley is the backup for the Kings throughout the year. Takes them to the playoffs. He didn't have a good playoffs, but they were playing the Edmonton Oilers, who are obviously the best offensive team in the National Hockey League right now. So, Joonas Korpisalo is a good goaltender. Some teams, the question is, will they sign him for $4 million? And maybe, but I feel like the term and everything was kind of what had to bring him into Ottawa, because if you look at it, the Carolina Hurricanes signed Freddie Andersen and Antti Raanta 2 extensions. Tristan Jarry went back to the Penguins. Who else is there on the market? There's nobody. So once Freddie Andersen and Antti Raanta got extended by the Carolina Hurricanes, I feel like this was a move the Ottawa Senators had to make. I don't think it was a desperation move, as some people are kind of saying. I like the contract, again, but there's just a ton of risk to it. Pretty ironic, too, like the Hurricanes and the Leafs did back in 2021 when the Leafs signed Peter Mrazek and the Hurricanes signed Freddie Andersen. Cam Talbot signed with the Los Angeles Kings, so Ottawa's goaltender is going to the Kings goaltender is going to the Senators, so pretty ironic there. But overall, I like what the Senators are doing right now. I think they take a huge need off their list, and now they just need to upgrade the bottom 6 and find a trade with Alex DeBrincat. There's a few free agents on the market like Tyler Bertuzzi. I wonder if the Senators do or do not go for him. And if they don't, who are they going to replace him with? So, a couple good questions to have in mind for the Ottawa Senators going down the road. But I'm just going to leave it to that. I like the signing of Joonas Korpisalo for the Senators. He also was teammates with Anton Forsberg, as both of them were considered goalies of the future with the Columbus Blue Jackets. They both won the Calder Cup in 2016 with the Lake Erie Monsters, who are now in Cleveland, by the way. So there's a lot of familiarity between Forsberg and Korpisalo, who will be the tandem, and it gives Sogard a little bit of time to flourish with the Belleville Senators for another season. So this is a win for everybody, in my opinion. Senators get the goalie, Korpisalo gets his new contract, gets paid, and we could just move forward with the offseason. So again, that's my reaction to the Korpisalo signing with the Ottawa Senators. Hope you enjoyed, but for now, this is Jack from the Ottawa Senators Outlook, and go Sens go.